What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Mario Kart Double Dash Time Trials One Try Tournament. How are y'all doing? I'm Goomba,
And I'm Phoenix.
and today we have a very special match, the very first one, so I hope you enjoy it. We got OptimisticEmo, say hello,
Hey, fellas.
and we got AverageTrey.
Yo.
So, let's start with Emo first. Emo, how you feeling?
Feeling alright. A little hungry.
Are you?
A little hungry? Okay. Slight disadvantage. So, just do you have a quick introduction of yourself and like how you got into contact with like Double Dash?
Well, I believe I started in February of 2016. I did like a couple races before with Frenchie, who's I believe he's in the tournament. And we used to just do like random multiple races, and then eventually we started time traveling, and then that's the history of that.
So, what rank are you now?
So now I'm number 2, untied finally, and
But that happened pretty recently, right?
yeah, recently like last week.
So now American champ.
Yes.
Alright, so we have the American champ number 2 on one side. Trey, how about you? How did you get into contact in Double Dash and what's your rank right now?
Well, we all know I'm the real American champ. Let's be honest.
Let's go.
So I picked this game up about 2 months ago. I was moving on from Sunshine. I was like, what game is on the GameCube that's popular I would enjoy running? And I remember like OptimisticEmo did some Double Dash stuff. I looked into it and I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool. So I picked it up and I was like, man, it'd be cool to be good at a Mario Kart game. So why not try it out?
So you actually got
Wow.
into it thanks to Emo, I
Yeah,
guess.
racing.
Yeah,
against
he was one of the main inspirations for me. For
Inspired
sure.
Your inspiration.
Yeah.
So what rank are you now?
I believe 187th in the world.
Ooh, you got the top 200. Yo, congrats.
Hell yeah.
Nice,
done.
very nice.
Alright, so I mean, it's a slight unbalance right now between these two players, but that's
Yeah, it's
because...
pretty close, you know.
Yeah.
A few hundred places. Yeah.
I mean, it's still possible, right? I mean, there's spots where you can mess up and lose a lot of seconds, especially this is why we put the cap at 250 on the time trial site. So there's about 1,000 players. So with top 250, you can guarantee that the times are close enough, or at least within around 7 seconds. So if you mess up big time, you can actually lose the game, even if you have like world records.
So, yeah, I'm rooting
It's
for you,
true.
the underdog.
Consistency is pretty tough sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, let's get into it then.
Yeah, I think we're about ready to start. So as we said, OptimisticEmo being the higher seed in this tournament, will be picking his first track to ban and the first track that we play here. All right, and he is heading over to
His room.
his
I
room.
like the VC now.
Well, we'll see. I believe he'll type it in chat here.
Alrighty.
Yeah, he wants to ban.
We'll just arrange this everything in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the runners have left the voice call. So what happens right now is first they will ban one track each. So the higher seed will ban the first time, and then the lower seed will ban. And then the higher seed once again can pick the first track. From there, the loser picks the track.
And we have the first ban coming out here. OptimisticEmo choosing to ban Baby Park.
Oh wow, I actually didn't Trey
Very
noticeably
interesting.
upset about that one. Didn't want that to happen.
It's a track that I believe he was playing earlier today and practicing as well. So perhaps that's his reasoning.
Wow. I mean, actually, so here's a good reasoning. I mean, Emo actually just explained it, but he wants to ban Baby Park because the current top strat, if you mess up, you lose a lot of time compared to just doing a pretty decent strat, but it's a bunch slower.
AverageTrey has
yeah.
decided to ban Daisy Circuit here. So
Daisy
Daisy
Circuit.
Cruiser, excuse me.
This is a little Mario Kart
Sorry.
Wii coming through.
There are a lot of circuits in this track.
Yeah, so yeah, banning Daisy Cruiser, understandable. So if you're not too familiar with the track, there is the part at the beginning, there's a pool, and it is faster to go in the inside of that pool, well, not in the pool, but you can go on the right of it. So it's a really tight turn. You need to mushroom there as well, since that's like the fastest. So yeah, understandable why you'd ban that if you're not feeling confident in that. And there we have it, the first pick. We're going straight to Wario Colosseum. I'd say Emo's favorite track, probably. To be honest, he might say differently, but
Yeah.
we all know the truth.
He does hold world record for both flap and 3-lap in this course.
Yeah,
So definitely a strong track for him. You can already see with their PRs.
Yeah, I mean,
Almost having a 10-second time save over AverageTrey here.
The biggest thing here is going to be the spiral you'll see. So that kind of brings me to mechanics. So you'll see the players do a bunch of mini turbos, as we call them. So with the mini turbos, they are like small little boosts you can get while drifting. So you want to be drifting the entire time. And while you're drifting, you can charge that mini turbo to get that boost. It saves around 0.1 of a second, maybe a little more, depends on the one. But you'll see them spam them like across the track.
Okay, looks like we're starting up the first match here.
Here we go. Alright, so pretty decent normal start so far. I mean, it might be a little jittery as it is the first match, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, hopefully we can get all the things worked out.
Yeah.
Looking pretty standard so far. The streams are slightly delayed, so
that's fine.
Yeah, I believe Emo opting to use both shrooms in the first lap here.
So the reason for that is if you fall down, you actually lose your items. So since Emo has done a time trial one try tournament before, he knows that this can happen, and just in case, you just want to use those right away.
Yeah. So Trey, by holding his shrooms here, is in danger of losing them. So
yeah,
no time loss if he does make it and gets to use those shrooms, but it's just a safe way of going about it.
Yeah, it's a good strat, to be honest. There's a few spots where you're like, should probably save up as you're really used to like certain muscle memory. Oh my god, Trey! Oh no, there he goes! And that's why you use the shrooms.
Exactly as we said.
Although this is quite a good opener here from OptimisticEmo. Starting with a 59.5 actually. Pretty solid. Well, that's true, I guess, but still, like, the first one, it's quite tough to get your bearings. You have to get into it. So here we go. Here we see some normal R-Tech, as it is called. It's quite a difficult technique and really inconsistent. And Trey most likely will be using L-Tech and a little bit of braking. So L-Tech is a lot more consistent, but it's a bit slower compared to R-Tech. That's why you sometimes see like Emo go a little bit wide in those spirals and then it comes straight in. So here we are, donut section.
To close it out here.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty solid win. Dropped him T, doesn't really matter unless he falls down big time now, but even then, you had to use the shrooms, he had the lines, which is what it's all about.
And Wario Colosseum is actually a little different in that it only has 2 laps. It's a very long course on its own, so...
I believe it is the longest track.
Another fall from Trey.
Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter, yeah.
Get those nerves out right now.
Yeah, he wants to get all the mistakes out of his system for these next races.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's totally fair, to be honest.
And I'm hoping that Trey can at least pick up one game here.
Yeah.
Emo does have the advantage in every track, and Trey's definitely looking like an underdog here. There's a very big difference in skill here, as it is top seed versus the last seed.
This is the biggest difference you'll see this tournament between players. So yeah, Trey will get the next pick right now. Let's see if he can find a track where Emo doesn't feel comfortable, might just mess up. But he chooses Mario Circuit, so there's very few spots where you can mess up. However, there are the Goombas, which you can use to your advantage.
However, even a Goomba hit doesn't cost as much time
that's
as falling
that's
off
the
the
thing.
track.
Yeah, you need to hit them like 3 times or like 2 times in a row in order to really gain something from that. But I mean, it's still possible, The thing with this is, at top level, those Goombas are at really annoying places, and at a little bit lower level, they actually are just at the right spot most of the time. I believe the first lap can be a little tough. All right, the players are ready. Let's get the countdown going, and we'll see how this goes. So another quick little tidbit about Double Dash mechanics is that the most important thing, first of all, is racing lines. You want to be as tight in the corner, so they'll be trying to be close to the grass, so I'm gonna guess they might just drop a few MTs here and there and get stuck in the grass. We'll just have to see. So that is probably gonna be the biggest time loss we are gonna see here.
Especially in Mario Circuit, there's a lot of spots where you're trying to get as close to the grass without touching it, and you're always kind of putting yourself in danger of dropping MT and falling into the grass. So far, both of them make it pretty clean out of that first corner, though. Tough one.
Time trials, the change jump doesn't actually like come to bite you, so you can play it quite safe by just going tight even.
Successfully avoid the Goombas there as well, but they'll be marching around.
Alright, close so far. Actually, was that a 31-7 did I see? Is Trey actually ahead by 0.3?
I don't know.
Good shrooms from both. Oh, just barely coming short on that last part though for Trey. Wants to be a little bit to the outside there. Alright, U-turn. Here we go. This is the Goomba that might be tough to dodge. Emo goes past it.
As well as Trey.
Yeah. Actually, Trey really close to where his ghost right now.
Yeah. Maybe he could look for a PR here.
I mean, that's another win, I'd say, dude.
Yeah, for sure. PRing.
Look how close he's ahead right now. Oh, he dropped an MT. Can he get this?
This race is now a race between
Emo
Trey
actually
and
bonks on the wall.
Oh, no.
Look at that. It's pretty close, actually. 20 there. I think Emo's like a second ahead or so. It's hard to say. Oh, drops some time compared to the ghost. And there we go. 129 for Emo and a 131.
Still a very strong time for Trey's records, but unfortunately not enough.
Yeah, look at that. That's
yeah, I mean,
only 0.1 off.
0.1 off your best.
I mean,
so
that's pretty much
definitely the performance you want in a time trial one
tournament. Mario Circuit is not the best track to look for that pro player to kind of mess it up.
Yeah, like we were saying, the win condition for Trey here to hopefully take a win over Emo and any is for Emo to actually mess up a lot. He's got to fall off a map. It's got to be big time losses.
Yeah, so this choice actually is genius. So Sherbet Land, I mean, most of you probably know it that the Shy Guys are a big thing here. So in the first part, there's a huge chance of messing up. You have the Shy Guys dancing around or skating around, which if you touch them, you can be sent to the side all the way. And then you have the pool lake on the right, which if you fall in, first of all, you lose your shrooms, and there's no way to use them beforehand. So that's going to be huge if someone falls in there the first lap. Let's see how this goes.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Emo use his shrooms first lap here as well.
I don't think he's gonna because of the Shy Guy cycles, actually.
That is also true.
So that's a bit of a trade-off.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to go wider than usual and just kind of sacrifice some time in order to make sure he doesn't actually throw the game there. But let's see how this goes. Here we go. And alright, no Shy Guy, no pool.
Good so far. I believe on Trey's pace, second lap, depending on whether or not he trims here. I'm actually not sure what his strats are, but the Shy Guys might be a little tricky to get by. If Emo goes on a very good opener, which we can get, these Shy Guys may be a little worrisome for Emo here.
Emo looking pretty confident though.
Okay, slips through.
Oh, and there's Shy Guy there for Trey. Yeah, there it is. Emo actually got pretty close to hitting that wall, but he kind of changed up his A-tech. So that's another thing as Emo is shrooming there, and Trey follows up. So you have this technique called A-tech, which helps you align your cart like completely differently, dressed in like almost sideways line. Ooh, Emo has to go really wide there, but seems to make it out. Scotchless Trey as well. He's holding his mini turbo. He's alive. Here we go. Well,
and actually the A-tech that we were talking about earlier, Sherbet Land's a little unique in that the ice sections almost amplify the effect.
Yes.
And you slide a lot.
So it's really tough. I mean, there's still like pro players learning parts of A-tech here and there. Like you find something new pretty much every time you play. So it's really tricky to learn to understand, and you can see the difference in like players right there. But yeah, another pretty solid win for Emo. The Shy Guy here definitely not helping Trey, although even without it, it probably would have been pretty close, but Emo didn't really make any mistakes. I saw one on the last ice section. But otherwise, he seems to be playing pretty consistent, actually.
Ooh, and DK Mountain pick coming out.
There
from
we
Trey
go.
here.
Yeah, he needs. That's the thing Trey needs. He needs those risky
He
tracks.
definitely has to. It's a track that normally, if you're close in skill level to your opponent, you'd kind of want to avoid. You don't want to have those big time loss mistakes, but Trey needs them. He needs to be risky here if he's gonna pick up a game.
Yeah, the shortcuts is gonna be huge. I mean the bridge as well, to be honest. But it's all about that shortcut. If you
Really
can
is,
get that
yeah.
3 out of 3 like really well, you will definitely have an advantage over someone who even gets 2 out of 3.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be insanely
Yeah,
important.
failing the shortcut definitely costs a lot of time. So even if they aren't fast shortcuts, you at least want to hit them all 3 times.
Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna be jumping into DKM. So the first part actually is really tricky as well. If you miss a mini turbo there, it can cost you a lot of time. So Emo has to be sure he doesn't actually drop anything because that can cost him the game just like that.
It's definitely hard to set up for this S turn from the finish line. You'll see maybe they won't struggle as hard with it coming past the finish line for lap 2 and 3, but we'll see how well they do at the start here.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh man, Trey's got a lot of ghosts around him.
Yeah.
Staff ghost and his own
I guess
ghost.
he's been playing DKM actually then.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
probably why he chose it. Feels confident on it, hopefully. Ooh, so there we go. So both are streaming the first lap. There's not really that important like cycles on DK Mountain. So you can afford to stream that first lap. Make sure you get the stream out. Although, as you can see, Emo having a way better line over that mountain, gaining that airtime, and Trey just barely making it across, but still even there goes Emo, he falls off, can Trey stay on?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he decides to not mini turbo on the bridge, and there we go.
This
Trey is
may
right
be
now
just
ahead,
what
but there's
Trey
that
needed.
first part, it's so important. Emo catching up, it's neck and neck right now. Trey actually entering the left side of the mountain, so he'll lose, or the cannon, so he'll lose a little bit of time right here. He still has that shroom to make up for it.
A shroom that Emo does not have anymore.
Yeah, he lost them. Here we go. Oh, a little bit better at mountain section right there from Trey, but still dominant section.
Ooh,
Oh,
gets
gets
stuck on the fence there a little bit.
Emo needs. Oh, he's gonna get stuck.
Oh.
Emo messed up the shortcut.
Still
And Trey makes it
Trey
across.
makes it across pretty quickly.
Oh, but he's looking for that recovery though. Doesn't want to drift. 37 versus a 40 lap, even though Emo missed that shortcut.
Looks like Emo's taking the lead again, but anything could happen here.
It's looking really shaky
Another
right now.
failed shortcut or bridge fall could cost him the race here.
Oh yeah, for sure. If Trey gets like the lap of his life,
Come on, Trey.
but
We believe in you.
he's shaking as well. I guess.
This section, I will say, is
Oh,
very
the
difficult.
rock!
Oh, in the meteor.
I've never
Hold
seen
it.
that rock slam. He misses
Oh, he
it.
gets
Is this
stuck on the-
it?
Trey.
He goes past.
Trey.
This is it.
Let's
Can
see
he
if
get the
can make
bridge?
it. Go straight
Oh.
across. Go.
Go. I can't see.
156 to 156.
Oh my god, he does it! Trey
By
takes the
70
win.
milliseconds.
That's insane.
Oh, he has dethroned someone who is ranked well below him. Wow, I'm proud
Unbelievable.
of Trey.
What? Oh my! What
I
a
hope
match!
there are Trey chants in chat right now.
That
That was amazing.
was
That
so
is
close.
where the pick came from. He needed Emo to mess up big time, and DKM was the track to do that on. Very smart choice from Trey, and I'm glad it paid off. That was fun to watch.
That was really good. I mean, Trey can be proud of whatever he does right now.
Do they know? Do they know?
I think so. Let me just check. Does he know? Oh yeah, okay. They put the
Yeah,
text right
okay,
after.
they
Yeah.
got it. Okay, good.
Oh, so Emo actually
Emo's
now
pick
having
here.
to pick.
Yeah.
That's kind of unusual. So he goes for Dry Desert. So there's a few spots where you can mess up. So
Especially the first room.
yeah, so that's pretty much the only part. The other one you can get out of, but it costs a lot of time.
I'm sure
Um,
Emo picked this track as a track that he's
He's been playing a lot.
recently.
Yes.
Recently even picked up a world record on it.
Yeah, he
For the
picks up
flap.
the 3 lap and the
Or-
flap
oh,
as
well,
well.
yeah.
But then I kind of took his flap.
Yeah. Still, a track he's played a lot recently.
Yeah. So another thing, by the way, is that they pause on this restart, so they can choose whether to load a ghost or not. It doesn't actually change anything. but it just allows the player to be more comfortable doing the time trials. As some players prefer ghosts, some players don't. And also sync will be kind of weird.
Yes, yes.
So that's why we do it like this.
Hovering restart is the way to go.
So I'll mention the parts here at the first room. You're gonna be looking on the right. This is dark sand, and then there's an even darker sand, and that's the patch that actually lackey-twos you and loses you a lot of time and your shroom as well.
It's pretty early on the track here. You'll see pass it out of this first room and see if they can avoid it.
All right.
Making Trey coming close, but still making 5.
Yeah. So then right after it leads up to that sinkhole, which is also pretty tough. Oh, Emo actually gets stuck behind that pillar. That hitbox is not what it looks like. Trey going for the flap route. Might not be used to it. Needs to hold it. Needs to shroom right here. He needs to. Oh, he doesn't shroom. No, he gets stuck forever. And then the 32 opener compared to a 36. Oh no, 35 from Trey. Still though, I mean, he could get lucky to right here.
Mistakes come out of both ends, but you need to
Oh, a tornado. That's the thing. If your first lap is low,
yep,
that's what happens.
I hope he realizes.
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, both actually like looking really shaky right now.
I don't know. Maybe Trey's just getting a little nervous about picking up a win against Emo. I don't know.
I mean, I would be really hyped if I were Trey, dude. That'd be good vibes.
It is the nature of one tries, though. No one plays at their best, and when they do, we are hyped.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing with one tries, right? Anything can happen, just like the DKM. Right now, the dry. Trey just didn't really have a good first lap. Neither did Emo actually. Like, compared to a normal opener, he lost around 3 seconds. But looks like he kind of caught up again, and there you go, 134 for Emo. Well,
very comfortable win for Emo there.
Yeah, Trey still needs to go part of the track.
One game away, one match away from the round victory here.
True. He's a match point right now, and Trey finishing with a 148. Definitely not really what he's looking for. Yeah, look at that second lap, especially. The tornado loses you so much time, and it's so devastating mentally to recover from as well. And anything like Emo could have had that happen to him as well. So the score right now is 4-1 for Emo, and we're going to go into Trey's Hail Mary pick. I'm gonna guess. I wonder what it's gonna be. There's some people here. It's fine. So what do you think it's gonna be?
I think he wants to go for a risky track. Who knows? Maybe he'll even go for Rainbow Road. Maybe even.
Oh,
he could say Mushroom City. That's the choice coming out here.
That's a ballsy move. I would have expected something where you could like fall down on the sand, like Rainbow Road, Bowser Castle, some other stuff. I guess. Yeah.
I'm not actually 100% sure if he even realizes that he needs to go for risky tracks, because his first track pick, I think, was Mario Circuit, I believe it was.
Yeah, I mean, he could learn from that, I guess. I mean, you want to be confident in whatever you choose, I guess. But sometimes you just need to pull out the crazy stuff, especially with a skill difference like this. It's gonna be quite difficult. But here we go. We're gonna be going into well, I wanted to say the final countdown, but we never know actually. It's until it's 4-4. It's not the final countdown yet. Anything can happen. But I mean, it is. I don't know. I guess Trey is banking on Emo hitting a lot of cars.
Yeah, that is a hazard in this track.
It is possible.
It's a little more avoidable than other tracks, and it doesn't always lose you that much time, but still something you could look forward to.
Alright, so pretty good start so far.
And again, it's all very cycle dependent, so one mistake coming out from either of them can make them not realize the cycles that they're on.
There's already a hit. Yeah. Trey looking for the recovery, but kind of shook up now. Dropped MT, and Emo kind of running away with it here.
And like I was saying, it's going to be a little tricky for Trey as well, because he's not going to know exactly where the cars are.
As soon as you get hit, yeah.
It's really normally when you're on pace and time trials, you can kind of tell your pace and just know where the cars are. but when you're behind, it can be harder to tell. So hopefully he's able to come out clean.
Yeah, we'll need Emo to actually. Well, I mean, if we want to see Trey come back, Emo needs to fall off right here on the right of this this ledge. But it looks like he's playing it safe.
Yeah.
To be honest, doesn't want to give it away.
The best line is, again, getting very close to it. So, but it looks like he just wants to play it safe.
Yeah.
Not bad. He can definitely afford that with the time difference in the VR.
Oh, another hit for Trey.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it's kind of over there. A few drop MTs coming out. It has to stay on the left. This is gonna
Pretty
need more
solid run
time.
for Emo though. He might get a decent
Yeah. Oh, is he gonna go
No,
sideways?
what?
Oh, you're
And
so
the
disgusting,
swag
dude.
finish.
Unbelievable.
Turn sideways.
Oh, another bust for Trey.
And Trey coming in.
Well, that's it. Emo takes the first match of this tournament.
As expected, however, what we did not expect was for Trey to take one game. That's all I could hope for.
Right? To
I'm
be
so
honest,
proud of you, Trey. And I will tell
you
him
did
in
so
person
well.
in these post-match interviews that we'll be having pretty soon here.
Yeah. See, now you always have that over Emo. You can just tell me, yeah, but DKM, it's me. I did this.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get these players back into the call here for the
Hello.
post-game interview. Hey, what's up, Trey?
Sup?
So, how you feeling right now?
I feel good knowing I didn't get swept.
There you go. That's
Right?
exactly what we were thinking.
So,
go ahead.
just a question here. Were you guys feeling the nerves throughout like all of the game? Because it seemed like you guys were both pretty shaky.
Yeah, well, the thing for me at least is that I'm not used to like doing sort of this one try sort of thing. I've only done time trials so far, where I'm just used to like, oh, reset, every little mistake, reset.
Yeah.
And now I'm like having to adapt. So okay, even if something bad happens, just keep going. I got to get more used to that. That's what I've learned from this.
Yeah, we were talking about how when you mess up, you don't necessarily know the cycles of
Right.
the Shy Guys, the cars on Mushroom City. So even
I feel like someday when I learn like Grand Prix stuff, I'll get better at that.
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
good
for
way
sure.
actually to gain consistency. So Emo has joined us. Emo, how you feeling?
Feeling alright.
Yeah.
A little cold hands of gel.
How did
Yawns.
DKM feel?
I was like, oh man, not today, boys.
Not today.
it was still very close though. We were worried.
Yeah.
It was
we had
insanely
to
close.
pause and like look at both times just to like okay.
Yeah, I saw the 0.8 and the 0.8. I just wanted like a quick look. And I was so surprised like how close it actually was because so many things happened on DKM. I don't think you got a single good shortcut, did you?
I think in the first lap I might
The
have.
first one might have been
The
okay.
first
The
one,
second two,
yeah.
he got stuck a little.
I
bit.
somehow
right.
got the first shortcut without even hitting the wall. I was like, I was surprised it worked.
Yeah,
just
we were worried
barely
about that
made
one.
it.
You had to like turn sideways. It was good.
Yeah, I got some sweaty hands.
That was
today.
actually my big brain game plan going into this. I was like, okay, I have no chance. What if I do DKM? I prepare DKM before this thing. I make sure I just don't fall off, and maybe I have a chance if he falls off. And there you go.
So,
He had a strat in his pocket.
yeah, so
There's
that's
my
what
chance
we're
to get 1
actually
point.
saying. Because the last pick you did, Mushroom City, we were expecting something like Rainbow Road or Bowser Castle, somewhere where you can
You
fall
know,
off
okay.
like Dino.
My second plan was okay, Rainbow Road, prepare for that too. I was like, I don't want to put people like 3 minutes of this. Come on, dude. I'm just delaying the inevitable.
That's true.
So I didn't do it, even though I could have. I thought about it, but you know,
All right,
I spared you with that, Demo. Don't worry.
It was a strong choice.
I thought about it.
I gotta say though, you guys played. I mean, it was shaky, but there were some really good moments in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anything else you want to add, Emo?
No, I mean, good stuff to, I guess, both of us. Sorry that it ended that way.
Yeah, man, I was really expecting to win this one. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah. What an
Huge
upset.
upset.
I mean, overall,
I'm
I'm.
run from Trey soon though. Don't you worry.
Ooh, losers are gonna be fun. I can't wait for that. Yeah, I had a lot of fun today. It was a unique experience, like having to not be able to reset. It was kind of crazy. I'm a little disappointed I died 2 times at the end section of Wario Colosseum somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I didn't know what-
It didn't really matter.
On my improv at the end, I didn't know what to do. I was like, and I just fell off. On both laps, that's how it was so bad, but whatever.
Yeah, we were actually saying how Emo used both of his shrooms the first lap just in case of that, but unfortunately you like lost your shrooms as you fell.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did that
You
on
did
DKM
the
as
DKM
well.
though.
Yeah, but that could have been for cycle too. Shrooming first lap isn't too uncommon at our cycle.
I guess.
Yeah, on DKM I used the mushroom on lap 1 in case that happened.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So I think that's about it. Let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for playing today.
It was
Thanks for
fun to
commentating.
watch.
It was
It was fun to commentate.
It really was.
Thank you for
Phoenix,
commentating.
commentating with me.
Thanks Goomba for commentating with
Hey,
me.
no problem, man. It's good to be here. And thank you all for hosting this match. And until next time, I don't actually know which match is planned up next, as there are gonna be a few, I think. Tomorrow, I'm pretty sure at 2 p.m.
2
p.m.
p.m.
EST.
East EST.
I think it's Halo versus HF, which should be a pretty decent match, actually.
Ooh.
So yeah, definitely look out for that. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.
All right, bye.